This thing has crippled us that we do not even feel like we want to go anywhere. So I'm wondering, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling when you go outside and you want to have lunch with your family and all that? I keep looking to the sides. I'm like, oh my god, people are so loud. So welcome back to Listen the Great, and today we're outside. As I said, we're just having a bit of lunch. Oh, this place is so pretty. It's actually in Juja. Funny enough, there's some really nice places in Juja. So we're talking about, I wanted to talk about coronavirus. So what do we know as African about coronavirus? We know it's become who has actually declared it a global pandemic, and now it's a concern to everybody. So everybody is concerned because coronavirus and the flu tend to have their symptoms are similar. So what's the big difference? One thing you need to know about people, okay, as a mom, I'm most concerned about my child. I'm thinking I wouldn't want my child to get corona. But when I was studying, I've noticed that infants and babies and pregnant women might have an immunity that's lower than average, but they're the people who are not getting this coronavirus as much as the elderly people. So at the same time, you need to know that if it's not getting the children, at least it's okay, yes. But you need to protect your children from getting the coronavirus by, if you find someone who's coughing or sneezing, make sure you keep your child away from such a person, because just because the rates of children who've gotten corona is on the lower side, it doesn't mean that corona is not actually affecting children. At the same time, what is the most basic thing that we need to do to combat corona actually as Kenyans? I was watching a video about Dubai, and them they were saying that it's about Dubai, yeah. They were saying that one of the things that you're actually doing is that UAE, and they're talking about Abu Dhabi, and we're saying in particular the airport has enhanced. Most of the biggest cause of corona is one of the factors is the fact that you've traveled. So one of the places where it's easy to get the corona is at the train station, the bus stations, the airports. Those are the places that you're finding lots and lots of corona. So they were saying one of the things that the Abu Dhabi airport has done, it has enhanced the cleaning, and they're using more antibacterial stuff, and they're cleaning more often. Even the train stations there, when a train comes, and there's a train station there that deals with like 7,000 people on daily basis, and people have to travel regardless of the virus being there. So what they have done is that they have made sure that when the people leave the trains are cleaned. Actually, enhancing the level of hygiene is one of the ways to combat corona. The coronavirus that we're talking about is the COVID-19. That's the one that's now affecting us. And the scientists and doctors are saying it's come from the animals, and now it's on us human beings. And because it's something very new, they still do not know. They do not have a valid treatment. But the doctors, in Abu Dhabi, were saying that the Cleveland hospital in Abu Dhabi were saying that the swine flu came, Ebola came, and now it's COVID-19, which is a coronavirus, and they've been able to combat this. The only thing is that the scientists need a bit of time to get a cure for this virus. Okay, viruses don't quite have cures. Virus doesn't have a cure, but it has a treatment. They have not yet gotten a treatment, but you have to travel, and that's why they're advising you to make sure that when you're traveling, have sanitizer that is 60% alcohol, and when you leave somewhere, when you go outside, when you leave like a bus station, look for a place where you can wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds, like a really good hand wash. When you go even to the market, you touch things. Coronavirus is very heavy. It's not a virus that you can just easily get. It's heavy, and it's mainly got from touch. When you touch a place that someone touched and they had the coronavirus, the virus is going to stick to your skin, and the places that are most susceptible to the coronavirus are your eyes, your nose, your mouth, the major entrances, and your hands. Okay, because you have pores, it will find the way into your hands. So if you've gone out and about, you don't know who you've met, wash your hands the moment you get home. Clean your hands and make sure they're as clean as possible. And then, despite that, try getting sanitizers, because you're not sure when you're traveling if you're going to get a place where you can wash your hands. Have sanitizers that have at least some 60% alcohol. I was actually, now that I'm outside, I've gone to the supermarket and I was looking for sanitizers that have hand wipes that have alcohol. And interestingly enough, do you know that most of the products we have in our supermarkets are alcohol free? I was looking for wipes. You can just have wipes. Most 90% of the wipes I've seen, they are alcohol free. I understand, yeah, because this has not happened before. But at the same time, you need to know that a common cold There are three things here. There's a common cold, there's a flu, and there's the coronavirus. The common cold has its own set of symptoms, but the flu and the coronavirus tend to have similar symptoms. So how do you distinguish the coronavirus? The main thing about the coronavirus is that if you want to know if you might have it, the thing is you have to be a bit sure because the equipment to test for the coronavirus in hospitals are limited. So you can't just go telling someone that you're living somewhere like Meru and the coronavirus has not actually, it's in Kenya. Yeah, there were 3 cases. I don't know if it's there were some 3 cases somewhere in Eastern, and maybe you're living in somewhere like Mombasa. Yeah, where? I'm thinking of a place that's super neutral. You're living somewhere in Kirinyaga, and in Kirinyaga there has been 0 cases of coronavirus. Oh no, it has infected over 100,000 people, and over like 4,000 people have actually died from this coronavirus. But in Kenya, the cases have only been 3, and they have not been. Okay, if you're living in an area where the coronavirus is completely unheard of, you just cannot call the doctor and say, I think I have, because genuinely, where is it going to come from? But if you're living in a place where there's an outbreak of the coronavirus, genuinely, you're prone to getting the coronavirus, so you should take care of, you should know the symptoms. So the major symptoms are the fact that you might have traveled somewhere, at the same time, a fever, at the same time, I have a running nose. You can feel like you bloated, you're clogged in the nose and on your throat. Those are actually some of the symptoms. But the worst thing is the fever, and the fever is bringing about something like pneumonia. Then when you get such symptoms, they say that when you have corona, these symptoms are also like a flu. Even when you have a flu, you tend to feel like you're clogged, your throat is clogged, your nose is full of it's blocked, and you might have a fever. But on a normal day when you have a cold, you might feel that nasty, but you can still get up and go about with your activities. But when you have a flu or coronavirus or COVID-19, you're not able to leave your bed. Actually, this is the kind of thing that will just drive you to your bed, like you just want to be in your bed. So if by any chance you find that you are actually having the coronavirus, what do you do about it? You need to make sure that you isolate yourself. Isolate yourself in a way that you're not going to infect other people, because mainly it's gotten from touch and from the cough, from sneezing, such things. But mainly it's touch, because the virus, they've said it's thick. It's thick. It's not just like someone will cough and you get it as easily. But if someone touches a place and they have the virus, and the worst thing about the virus, it stays for 12 hours before it actually dies off. So if I am in a matatu and I touch some seats in that matatu and I have the virus, the matatu is going about its duties for like a whole day. So how many people do you think will enter that matatu before 12 hours are actually over? So that's how the virus is actually being transferred. It's actually getting transferred to very many people because people are not aware. But one of the things they can even do in Kenya, America is doing this, Europe is doing this, the Emirates are doing this. Let's enhance hygiene, even in our matatus. Okay, I don't know how often they have these matatus cleaned. Usually, when it's like it's a weekend affair. But once the people leave kindly, for the sake, because this is something that's killing people and that does not have a cure or treatment yet. When people come off a matatu, kindly let someone come in and just clean the surfaces, because you never know. That's the only way to actually combat coronavirus. But you need to also know that the doctors are very confident that they're going to get a treatment really soon. But just because the treatment is going to come really soon doesn't mean you should not find preventative measures. So when you travel, anytime you find yourself having trouble, remember, once you alight a matatu, once you alight a train, once you alight a flight, wash your hands. Take a shower, a hot shower. Actually, try to make sure that if your body had contact with anything, just make sure you clean stuff. Clean your clothes, keep clean. That's the most basic thing that we can do for now. So Kenya, I don't know. Yes, they're saying that it's not actually affecting Africans as much as the other people, but it's still affecting Africans, and we do not know when we're going to get a cure, when you're going to get a treatment. So to be on the safer side, wash your hands, keep clean. People in the transport system, keep the modes of transportation as clean as possible. Hire more staff and to try keep as many things as clean as possible. So this is COVID-19 coronavirus short video. If you have any questions, comments, do comment on my comment section, and I'll be making a part 2 where I'll listen to questions and I'll try to answer as many as I can. These are Listen the Great, and till next time, adios amigos. Have a lovely evening and bye bye.